What's going on, y'all? This is West B back with another video. In this video, we are looking at using EQ in your mixes. Now, in the beginning, when I first started doing music, I would EQ just the EQ. And as I got more along in the music career, started learning more stuff, especially about engineering and mixing, I learned that less is more. All right. And I'm going to show you why less is more. Okay. So right here we have this drill beat. I'm going to go ahead and play a little snippet of it for you. All right. So we have this beat, right? And it's not mixed. You hear this pad that we have. Nice sounding pad. But as you can see on the EQ, there's some activity in that low range region, all right? We don't want that. We don't need that because this low range is going to be occupied by our bass and our kick. So we don't want our pad or any other sound for that matter to be interfering or fighting with our bass and our kick for room in the low end region. You know, when it comes to mixing, you got to find room for every sound. And the way to find room, make space in that low end for your kick and your bass, is to shave off that low end activity in every other sound. So what I mean by that is you grab an EQ or a low pass filter. For this example, I am using the EQ, but normally I just use the stock filter to save computer usage. But I'm using this EQ in this video because it shows you the activity. You know what I mean? You see it right here. If you're using one of the, something that's maybe modeled after some analog gear, you won't actually see where the activity is. You have to use more of your ears and listen in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in a high pass filter on this EQ. All right, and we're gonna shave off that low end. And I know you probably can't hear it because we're on a cell phone, but now it sounds cleaner. If I play the 808 with it, now the 808 is cutting through the mix a bit more. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. All right. Now, I usually just make a cut to about 200 hertz and then mess around from there. So if you don't know where to cut to, just go to 200 hertz and then start messing around. Another thing I like to do is, cut too much. As you can see, you cut too much, the sound goes away. So now we know we went too far. So if we go too far, just dial it back a little bit until it sounds right to you. So we're gonna go all the way back to about 300, 292 hertz. That sounds good to me. Now the 808's cutting through the mix. It's not fighting with the pad, nothing like that. That's all we wanted to do. And that is what I mean by less is more. We have an EQ. We can do a lot with this EQ, but we only need to do one thing. One. That's it. That's clean up this sound. All right. And we did that with one little move. We made a little cut to 292 hertz. And that's it. That's all we wanted to do. All right. Now, other stuff that EQ is used for, if you want this pad to cut through the mix a little more, obviously we can, just push up the volume, but we can also put in a high shelf. This is gonna boost all these high ranges. So we have it at around 12 kilohertz. So 12 kilohertz and up is gonna be getting a boost. It'll have some more high end on that sound. You can also use EQ to cut out some mud. So when you're mixing your, let me bring that back up. You're mixing your beat, you're mixing your song, you would probably make a cut at around, 300-400, make a nice little cut, and that's gonna take out any mud that's in your mix. Now, mud is basically what makes your beats or your song sound muffled, all right? And again, those are just 3 things to do with an EQ. All right. Mainly, we was looking at, cleaning up the low end and providing a clean mix for you so that your kick and your bass can cut through. But you can also do other things with the EQ as well, as what I just showed you. But yeah, keep that in mind. When you're making your next beat, making your next track, what you need to do is clean up each individual sound so that the kick and the bass can occupy that low end without interference from your other sounds. All right. It's your boy West B signing out, guys. I appreciate y'all as always. Hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Turn on the bell notification to get the notifications for when I upload a video. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.